So this is Scotty here from Girls of Geek 12 at Colorado Horror Con, and I am sitting with Andrew, I don't know how to say your last name, I apologize. Divoff.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you've never heard of Andrew, Andrew's in the Wishmaster, one of the classics from the ages. How was that?
It was a blast. It was a blast working with Robert Kurtzman. I got to see him not too long ago. We were hanging out at down in Biloxi at the Fear Fest, and yeah, it was nice. We fielded questions from the audience about maybe doing another. What would it be like if we did another issue of the Wishmaster? And it's it is wishful thinking.
No pun intended on
pun
that?
Pun intended completely. And yeah, there's a lot of hoops and obstacles we'd have to overcome to get to that point. But it's always a question I'm asked, and I appreciate getting it.
Yeah. Well, and Kurtzman's done so much for the industry right now, and he's brought horror back to us, which is something that's been gone. I don't want to say it died in the 80s, but it was something that it kind of faded away. It was just blended in the woodwork.
Yeah, it did. It kind of transitioned, I think, and of course, part of that transition was special effects and the ability to now computer-generated stuff, meld that with practical live action. And so you got away a little bit from the guy in the woods chasing the camping kids through the woods and cutting their limbs off, and that had its following and still does. There are plenty of films who follow that sort of that model, that makeup. But yeah, Wishmaster was nice in a way because it was a throwback to mythology, Persian mythology and the jinn. Mm-hmm. And just a little cool little idea what would happen if we brought this guy into our world now, and so it's definitely not your I Dream of Jeannie.
No, not at all. So during your credits, I did notice that you were in an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, I did Indiana Jones 4. I was it's kind of a no blinker role, mm-hmm. But I was it was cool. I got to work in Hawaii. Excuse me. So I was in Hawaii working there, having gone back to see friends I had made while doing Lost over there. So that was cool. It was such a big rolling production. It was nice to be part of it. I had a few Russian buddies on there, and so it was good to get out of the homestead, as it were, and get out and about. But as I say, it was really more of a no blinker role than anything else.
Well, and you were one of the few characters that I think spoke fluid Russian. And from what I've heard what I've heard from around the con, at least Jonathan Tiersten, is that you speak 8 languages?
I speak 8, yeah. So languages were a thing I kind of obsessed on as a kid, and in school, later. It was kind of what got me to the next grade. I wasn't particularly adept at math or history, or adept, I guess, really interested. I wasn't as interested as I should have been to show up and do the homework and all of that, but languages intrigued me. And so I kind of obsessed with them.
That's good, and it keeps you very versatile for basically any part, any role that comes up.
Yeah. So accents, languages, and I say that were it not for those accents and those languages, I wouldn't be here today.
So is that really the kind of the idea to give the young stars right now? Because a lot of them don't seem to carry a lot of craft with them.
I think the more that you have command over what you can do, and that goes into singing, dancing, comedy, not just drama. I would certainly advise that. I don't necessarily think that knowing languages or being able to do, I think, so not necessarily knowing languages, but being able to affect an accent, I think, is an important tool for a young up-and-coming actor to have in his instrument box, toolkit.
Good. So you have been a busy person around this con, because you just came in today.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of projects do you have coming up in the future?
You know, I haven't been doing a whole lot of work. I am working on a project right now which I can't divulge yet until my first appearance. But I've been. I actually took a little bit of a hiatus. Wanted to take some time off and work on my house. I'm an artist. I sculpt and I paint, and I'm kind of. While I'm remodeling my home, I'm doing a bit of a twist on it. I'm including some elements. Like this, I have this two pieces that are essentially cedar trees that are in my house, and I've sort of sculpted and added some features, some stone. I'm working with clear casting resin in the voids of the wood, and so doing some cool stuff. I'm staying busy with that, and always interested in seeing what's on the horizon. I'm kind of toying with the idea of heading over to Europe. Through my mother, my heritage is Irish, so I think I'm going to go get my Irish passport and get over to Europe, work over there for a bit.
No, that sounds excellent. Well, I think that's what we have for today. Thank you very much for the time.
My pleasure, Scotty. You guys take care. Thanks for your time.